I had a friend in college who was dating a girl who had progressively gotten weirder and weirder. I knew the guy for approximately 3 years, and near the end of the second year, she had begun to hang out with us. We had a few classes together, and she would occasionally wait outside the class for us, and occasionally try to peek in the windows, and occasionally write things on them, and occasionally straight up interrupt the professor by saying, doing things outside the windows of classes. Yeah, not crazy at all. Well, around this time, he finally realized that he had found himself a certifiably crazy whack job. The only problem was that he followed his dick around like the needle on a magnetic compass. And since this girl would sleep with him, he never bothered to try to break it off. Until I get this frantic call in the middle of the night. The following is a more or less of what happened. Scared to shit, friend, STSF. Fuck, dude. Something bad happened. Me? What? It is 2 a.m. and I was sleeping. STSF, she's pregnant, man. I fucking got her pregnant. Me. Why? How? Are you stupid? Note. I was and still am happily married, so the idea of having a baby wasn't absurd to me. I have one and another on the way now, but him having one with her. Yeah, no. It's TSF. I don't know, man. We've been using condoms and everything, but I guess they still fail sometimes. We've never had one break. Me, what are you going to do? STSF, I don't fucking know. Oh shit, she's coming back by. Well, at this point, there's not much I can do. I go back to sleep. Fast forward through the week. I don't see him or her at all. He actually missed an exam. It was one of those take it now or the final counts more. So I wasn't terribly worried about him, yet. Finally, I hear from him again, and it turns out that she's not really pregnant. She had gotten her period or they had taken a few negative tests. Some combo of both. He was quite elated when he told me this. So basically, the phone conversation went, me. Hey man, what's you? STSF. Oh me God. She's not pregnant man with took another stand. He got their period. Oh my God, we fucking dodged a bullet there. Me? Okay then. Skip forward another few days. For some reason, they are still together. Oh wait, I remember the reason. Sex. So I was at his place because we were studying for an upcoming quiz, and he asked me to look at something. I initially thought it was going to be a picture of a dick or some stupid prank. So I was a little cautious at first. He shows me a condom. At this point, I'm like 99% sure that this is some kind of prank. He asked me to take a really close look at it, and sure enough, I can see several infinitesimally small holes in it. Curious, we examined the remainder of the condoms that he'd kept in the nightstand beside the bed. Almost every single one had at least one or two holes clean through them. Turns out, Crazy GF had wanted to get pregnant really bad so that she could lock down my buddy. She had heard some ingenious story from one of the local radio stations about a lady poking holes in condoms to get pregnant. And so, apparently, she'd been doing that for a month or two. She thought she struck gold a week or so ago, but apparently she was just late or something. He literally broke up with her on the phone right there and moved all of her stuff outside, and we proceeded to get a new lock put on his apartment. New door handle and everything caused a few problems with the complex later, but that's another story for another time. Done right? Nope, no way. We had a class together that let out at 7:50 p.m. We'd usually park in the same lot and shoot the shit on the way out of that class. He had scored a better spot than me and was thus much closer to the front than I was. From a good distance off, maybe 200 feet, we could see that something was seriously wrong with his car. The windshield was smashed. Once we got closer, we could see a hole clean through it. The windshield, not a window. The actual windshield. In the hole was placed a terrifyingly accurate voodoo doll. It had his hair on it and everything. There wasn't anything else left with it. So when he called the cops, they basically couldn't do much. Her fingerprints were probably, rightfully so, all over the car, so that wouldn't prove anything. And they told us that since he had insurance, this wouldn't cost him anything to fix, which was correct. We reported her to the university police, and it turns out that she wasn't a student, anymore at least. She'd been a student 10 years ago and had been lying to my buddy about her age. We were in our very early 20s, and she'd been saying she was as well. She was 31. She had been kicked out of the school several years back for trying to blackmail a professor into passing her. I never saw her again, and I don't know if STTSF ever did either. But I do know that he kept that voodoo doll and hung it from his rearview mirror once he got it back from the cops.